because it must be their savior from Trump. And that person will benefit greatly from that ubiquitous fawning coverage.
I mean, we're assuming Biden is going to be replaced. It's not happened yet. And of course, if he digs his heels in and says, I'm not going anywhere, then it may be they can't do it, under the rules of the Democratic Party. Where does Jill Biden sit in all this, Dr. Biden? Because I watched that debate from start to finish with a mounting sense of real bemusement why any spouse, a younger spouse in particular, would allow their older, beloved other half to be humiliated like that on a global stage.
It's so true. Now, none of this is why you clicked onto the video, but I'm giving a little bit of context here. Right now, we have Megyn Kelly, Piers Morgan, but soon Dave Rubin will be coming into the picture. Now, if you guys don't know, Dave Rubin used to be a liberal, and since then, he decided that he was going to be a conservative. Now, this was misinformed because he's still a liberal. He's not a conservative. He doesn't have conservative values, and he's challenging Megyn Kelly. Now, you're about to see what happens when an establishment figure like Dave Rubin, who supports DeSantis, goes up against somebody who's a little bit more realistic about the political outcome of 2024. Let's continue watching.
And she must have known that this was highly likely to happen, because from all the reports now coming out, as the media finally takes its blinkers off, this is not a one-off. This has been what he's been like quite regularly in the last few months and 2 years or so. What do you think of Jill Biden's role here and her responsibilities?
I think she's been exposed as a power-hungry aspirant herself to political power. She is on the cover of Vogue magazine right now.
Yeah.
Why? Because she wants to promote herself. She tweeted out a photo of herself sitting in the president's chair not long ago when he was preparing for the G7 meeting with his chair hanging over the back of his chair. She's not the damn president. Get out of the chair. No one wants you at the G7. No one elected you to lead us politically. And a couple of years ago, I did a bit that went viral on how she insists on being called Dr. Jill Biden everywhere. And all these left-wingers got upset with me. She is a doctor. She's got her PhD. She's in education, what have you. I don't make fun of that degree. My own father had that degree. But my father would never have insisted somebody call him Dr. Kelly. He went by professor, and that was a title he'd earned. Why does she insist on it? Because she's power hungry. Because she has a small, fractured ego that she needs built up. She needs.
So here you have it. Megyn Kelly is speculating that the real person who's running the White House is actually Jill Biden. Jill Biden. She's power hungry, she's psychotic, and she's the real person in charge. And she's using Joe Biden as the face, I guess. Kind of crazy to hear.
It's the affirmation of strangers to give her an honorarium. That really means almost nothing. The only people who get to be called doctor legitimately, I understand, no disparaging of the degree, are medical doctors. If you can't say, yes, I will resuscitate him when he has a heart attack on a plane, stop using that label. When you get introduced at a book club or on The View, which is what she does, all right? And I do think it's tied to what we're seeing now, the big reveal about her. She's power hungry. She wants it. What did we see from her on debate night? We saw her take the stage and guide the president of the United States down the stairs like a mama would of a toddler, like you and I both did when our kids were babies. And then after the debate, that clip that was everywhere with her saying, you did it. You answered all the questions. Again, speaking to her the way I speak to my dog when he sits on command.
It really was.
This is the leader of the free world. She knows how infirm he is. She wants a shadow presidency. And let me tie it to one other thing. The reports are out this week that Hunter Biden,
I know, this is incredible that he's advising him,
is at the White House and attending all the meetings with the president.
As
what, our new shadow president? Right, exactly. Because Joe Biden can't do it. And so on deck is the drug-addled, corrupt felon son? Hard no. This whole family needs to be bounced out of this office. And I think even the Democrats are starting to realize it.
Do you know what's incredible, Megyn, is that since that debate, you know, the person we barely heard from or been talking about is the one person everyone assumed we'd be talking about 24/7, Donald Trump. And when you think about the trajectory here, a year ago, I was interviewing Ron DeSantis down at the Governor Mansion in Tallahassee in Florida because he was the one flying high.
Yep, he was the one flying high. He was the one making moves. What happened to Ron? What happened to the con Ron? What happened to him? Just fell off. He's nowhere to be found now, huh? Crazy. That's what happens when you get in the way of. That's what happens when you get in the way of MAGA. That's what happens. And Ron DeSantis is gone, but there's still people that are bitter and upset and unhappy with Donald Trump and with the presidential candidate for the Republican Party. And those people are people like Dave Rubin. People like Dave Rubin. I have no respect for these people. I don't think they should be in our party. I don't think they should be embraced. I don't think they should be taken seriously. I certainly don't think that they should have a platform. But sadly, they do. And this is what we have to deal with.
Narrative of the modern day Republican Party that there are conspiracies going on. I'm telling you,
No,
from
you
my
guys are
experience,
good at it.
as
I'm giving you
let me
credit.
just finish my thought.
I'm giving you credit,
Let me just finish
Anthony.
my thought,
You understand what I'm
brother,
giving you?
let me finish.
I'm not kidding. Hold on. But I'm giving you legit credit. Democrats know how to do this. You guys are damn good at it. You know how to go when you need to go and when you need to protect. You're good at it. Take credit for that. There is nothing that's happening right now that's organic. This is genuinely a full court press from Nancy Pelosi to every major member of the media to get rid of Joe Biden.
I agree.
You should see
That
that
could well
clearly.
be the case. If you let me finish my thought, that could well be the case. There may be many, many people who, in their heart of hearts, want to get rid of Joe Biden. But there are practical reasons for everything from how the money flows to we don't have an obvious next choice to the polling for everyone else is not that great. I get people may not. I can tell my phone was blowing up with people like saying, what the hell during that debate? I'm not disputing that. What if we're going to have a conversation like adults about what we think is actually going to happen? I, as someone who is supposedly the inside of all of this, can tell you that there are a lot of reasons why it will be Joe Biden. That's all I'm saying.
I honestly,
wait.
I think
Piers,
I do think your response is very interesting. And you were on the inside. And by the way, you're not entirely wrong. And Dave, I'll come to you on this because the rules stipulate that all the money that Joe Biden has raised so far for this election campaign can only go to his vice president. It cannot go to anybody else. So Kamala Harris is in immediately by far the best position because all that money can only go to her.
She's the 5%.
Right. Well, look,
she's
the Democrats made a deal with the devil, and here we are. Let's not forget, whatever deal they cut during primary season last time around, when right before Super Tuesday, everybody from Mayor Pete to Elizabeth Warren to Andrew Yang, et cetera, dropped out. Everyone except Tulsi Gabbard, who ironically is the most moderate Dem because she's not even a Dem anymore. And had Biden chose her as VP, I think there'd be an awful lot of Democrats going, you know, I can vote for a Democrat because I'll have Tulsi Gabbard. I might vote for a Democrat at that point if it was Tulsi Gabbard.
Yeah, we know. We know you'd vote for Tulsi Gabbard. We know that you'd vote for the Democrat. We know. You know how we know? Because you're not a conservative. Because you don't stand on conservative principles. Come on, bro. You would vote for a Democratic woman, Tulsi Gabbard. Really? You think that Tulsi Gabbard is going to be taken seriously when she talks to Putin, when she talks to Xi, when she talks to Netanyahu? I don't think she'd even be taken seriously if she talked to blackface Trudeau, honestly. Because just because America is so tolerant and we view women this way doesn't mean that the rest of the world does. Doesn't mean that the rest of the world leaders are feminists and that they think that these are strong, powerful women. They see right through it, just like they see right through Joe Biden. Come on now. America, what happened? Anyways,